How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say Happy Easter to each and every single one of you. I deeply appreciate the continued support, not just from my viewers and my subscribers, but of course my friends that are off camera, behind the scenes. My friends and neighbors have been so incredible these past couple weeks that I'm at a loss for words. Yesterday, I had a bunch of my neighbors over and did an impromptu cooking session. I made some New York strips and I had some potato salad and cooked for everybody, and shotgunned down a whole bunch of beer yesterday. So it was amazing. You know, my neighbors and friends have been so supportive. As you all know, if you've been watching the channel, there's some pretty crappy stuff going on. And it's nice to know that everybody is standing up for me and supporting me, and I really, really appreciate that. To my eBay customers, you people are awesome for helping to support the channel. If you want to help to support the channel financially, check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. I have a couple auctions ending very soon. I have plenty of cards listed. I'm going to have to take the time to upload some more cards to my eBay store because, quite frankly, I've been so distracted by other stuff. And then plus, like I said, it's been like Grand Central Station around here. I've been having my neighbors and friends come over almost every day. So I really haven't had a real opportunity to like sit down. I got 2 stacks of cards right now on my desk that need to be listed on eBay that I want to part with. But keep a lookout for that. I do have a few auctions ending very soon. I do have one order I need to process. I'll try to get it out today or tomorrow. It's supposed to be a warm one again, albeit it's humid and cloudy. But anyway, thank you, everybody. You are just amazing human beings. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. So let's get into this review. I actually had to break out the LED lights. I was having such a difficult time filming this thing because there are details that you may not easily notice or see on camera that need good lighting. So I tried to record this video yesterday before company came over, and I wasn't too thrilled with the review because I felt like I rushed it. This is now my 5th attempt to review this thing, and the camera just kept going in and out of focus because a lot of the details that you're going to see on this starship are just so tiny but so awesome that it was worth it for me to break out the LED lights so that you can see it. Let's hope the camera cooperates this time. But anyway, we are looking at the Corgi USS Enterprise Refit 1701. And this is when the original series made the jump onto the big screen. And from that point on, Star Trek just became, you know, a monster as far as sci-fi culture is concerned. And this ship always has been and always will be my favorite ship. Next to the War of the Worlds War Machine, this thing is right up there. And I happen to have 3 other Refit Enterprises. I do have the Little Eagle Moss one. I have the XL Enterprise A, and I have the Diamond Select Enterprise A, the second revision of it, where basically they added the windows and all that kind of stuff and extra detail and what have you. But this thing, out of any Enterprise that I have, has to be the most accurate and the most detailed I've ever owned. Now, Corgi are no slouches when it comes to models and things like that. For example, here's one of 5 fishbowl buses that I have from Corgi. And they're highly detailed and highly accurate. Just a little side note, I'm probably the last of a generation that rode these in New York City when they were still in service. Now, the route lines, the X27, I believe that's still in service to this day. I don't know if you still live in New York or you were born and bred in New York. Let me know in the comments section below if you've ever rode that bus line. This is a bus that actually I rode many times as a kid right by LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York. This is only a few blocks from, or this particular route was only a few blocks from where I grew up at. So, but you look at the detail of this thing, I mean, it was like riding in a submarine, especially if you lived in the back, or if you rode in back of the bus. Excuse me. As you guys know, I don't script my videos, so I'm going to gaff every so often. So if you rode the back of the bus here, this thing would bounce up and down like a roller coaster. It was so much fun. It was like riding a tank. But anyway, Corgi makes amazing stuff. So with that being said, let's take a look at the box first. We'll get our beautiful little lady off camera here. The box is pretty straightforward. It's got that nice emblem in the front. We got Enterprise NCC 1701. My box, unfortunately, got a little dinged. As you can see there on that corner, there's really nothing remarkable on the box, with the only exception of this NCC 1701 refit. You open up the box, you're going to get all these details on the inside and a brief history of the ship. There's no booklet or anything because, you know, obviously they did this. And you got the blister. I actually searched around on the inside. There's no booklet or anything like that. So pretty much is what you see is what you get. Very simple and straightforward, but this box is really, really nice. This is a box I will not be throwing out. These days, most collectibles that I buy, I tend to toss the box, but I'm not going to toss this one because this one is just too nice to throw away. So I'll add that to my box collection, and then I'll pan the camera back down, and we'll take a look at the ship herself. So let's get that in the middle. Presentation means everything, ladies and gentlemen. So there's the ship herself. And no matter what angle you have this thing on, and it comes with a natural tilt to it right off the peg, it just, my God, you want to talk about a camera-friendly starship? It's just beautiful. And the detailing on it, in my opinion, to any previous iteration of this ship when it comes to Eagle Moss or Diamond Select, this is second to none, in my opinion. It's a little smaller than the XL Enterprise from Eagle Moss, but here's a display stand. It comes in two pieces, and the peg has a natural tilt to it. I recommend that you actually use some, not crazy glue, if you use some silicone grease on this peg, because it is a little tight fitting for the port right here. So I would highly suggest, I mean, there's still a little bit left on this one. I'm going to put some more on after I'm done with this video. Throw a little silicone grease on there. Maybe some of you actually crazy glue your models into the ports. I don't. That's not exactly a great idea, especially if you want to show it off on camera or something like that. Or if you have kids, they might want to, you know, do one of these. Zoop. But anyway, yeah, when I tried filming this a couple times, I just could not get those minor details and get the camera to focus. But let's start with this view right here. As you can see, the phaser banks, which unfortunately that's one of those little minor nitpicks I want to get into. These should be ball turrets sitting on yellow pads with red striping around them, but you really, really have to be looking for that detail. But the Aztecing on this thing is just remarkable. You got the windows there. There's the NCC 1701. You got the torpedo bay, which is a little wonky. There should be two ports on there, but that detail's missing. I guess you can add that yourself with paint. You got the main deflector dish, which just looks amazing. This thing is just awesome, you know? And it's very camera friendly. And what's nice, if the camera will focus in, come on. Listen, you spoiled brat. I actually brought out the LEDs for this video. Come on now. Focus. Come on. You can do it. This is exactly what happened before. I couldn't get the thing to focus because there's minor details on there that I want to show you guys. Come on. I think it's focusing on the box. Let's get that out of there. There we go. Now she moved. So you can see, again, it doesn't want to cooperate and get my hand out of the way. Maybe that's what's doing it. Come on. There it is. All right. So you can see the sensor bands going around the saucer section with the docking port. And it also says USS Enterprise, United Federation of Planets. This detail was missing from the Eagle Moss model, which sucks You know, you paid all that money for the XL version. You would expect these details to be there. You could see the RCS thrusters look really, really nice. You got your escape pods up on top there. I mean, these should have a little bit more detail to them as well, but that's just a minor nitpick. Very nice detail on the bottom. That Aztecing is just amazing, but this is what makes or breaks models like this. When companies leave out these details, again, I'm going to do my best here. I don't think it's going to work, because this is what happened before when I was trying to film this thing and I got kind of perturbed. There you go. Now you can see it well. Look at how nice that looks. This is what makes a model. Details like this. Now we'll turn to the back of the ship behind the saucer section. You can see the impulse crystal right there. Unfortunately, the thrusters are black, not red, but again, that's a minor detail. It's a minor nitpick. You can always paint that in yourself if you want to. They got the nacelles right. Look at the chiller grills. They're blue on the inside, black on the outside. The only thing that's really missing here is the gold tone to the front of the nacelle right here. This should actually be like a brass color, but that's fine. They got the RCS thrusters correct on this. Also, it's got the proper size 1701 on the back. The Eagle Moss 1701A dropped the ball on that feature in particular. Come on now, you can do it. There it is. So, unfortunately, on my copy, there's a little smudge on the 17, but it's so tiny, you wouldn't notice it up close, but, or from far away, I should say, excuse me. There are your phaser banks there on the secondary hull. Now, all of a sudden, it won't focus again. There we go. Oh, it always happens, folks. I know my fellow content creators, you know, they know the struggle. So we got the ball turrets on the back there for the phaser banks, but again, you know, they're not ball turrets, they're just squares painted in. But you look at the spine of the Starship, it looks really, really nice. No matter which way you turn this thing, the view on this is just incredible. Also, one other thing to note, the nacelles on mine are really, really straight and really, really aligned. I mean, arguably, the one thing that I don't like is that there should be lines going down the ram scoops here. There is one line going across, but there should be one that intersects it going on the vertical. The horizontal lines are there. Will I paint that in? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm probably, like, again, I'm just nitpicking. You look at the secondary hull, you got the shuttle pod ports right there on the side. You got the arboretum there on the bottom. You see the windows for that. They're just slightly misaligned. But again, you have to have the thing right in your face to see how misaligned it is. And the windows on my copy, again, are just slightly misaligned. But it doesn't really take away from the overall view of the ship. It really does not. Does nothing to harm the aesthetics of the ship. And then we come to the bottom. There's the warp core port, the ejecting port. This is wrong. Again, these should be yellow ball turrets for the phaser banks, and they painted it red. I don't know why they did that. This should be yellow as well, I believe, as far as the ejection port for the warp core is concerned. But again, just a minor detail. Doesn't really matter, especially if it's going to be on display. Nobody's really going to see it. And the nacelles, again, as I mentioned before, are just incredible, minus those little nitpicks I was talking about. But she's got a little weight to her. It's all die cast with the exception of the nacelles. The nacelles are plastic, but the majority of the ship is die cast metal. It is just incredible. She is beautiful. I mean, if you're somebody that likes to make YouTube films and stuff like that, this could be a green screen candidate right here, as accurate as this thing is. Again, I've seen plenty of Enterprise A models that you could buy right out of the box, like Hot Wheels had them years ago. Hallmark had a couple USS Enterprises that were kind of like, you know, and again, I mentioned the Diamond Select USS Enterprise starships, along with the Eagle Moss XL, and of course their standard versions. I mean, those are okay. Those are all okay, excuse me. This, on the other hand, it just blows them out of the water, folks. if you're able to get one of these, grab them. I might buy the Enterprise D. I do have mine someplace, but the display stand broke a long time ago, so I would have to like make one myself, or hopefully somebody would sell a display stand out there. But this thing came in, what, 5 days, 6 days, something like that, directly from Amazon, delivered right to my front door. And there's nothing bad to say about it. I know there are a lot of other content creators that nitpick this. I actually saw Captain Foley really dissect this thing, but you know, for me, you just can't beat this thing. It's just incredible. So what I'm going to do here to end this video is I'm going to focus in just a little bit, pan the camera down. Look at that. What a beauty shot that is. Oh my goodness. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out my content and watching my videos. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications and check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. Link is in the description box below. Look at how beautiful this is. My God. This is definitely going to replace my Eagle Moss XL Enterprise A. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Happy Easter, everyone, and I will see you all very soon.